long-serving director of football Txiki Begiristain is stepping down from his post and will be replaced by Sporting Lisbon's Hugo Viana. Now, Txiki's been a key architect, if you like, of City's rise to dominance in English football, working alongside CEO Ferran Soriano and, of course, manager Pep Guardiola. City have now confirmed that Viana will begin his full-time post in the summer of next year, with Txiki collaborating with him in the preceding months to ensure a smooth transition. So what do you make of the news, Stephen? How influential has Txiki been at City? And what are your thoughts on Viana being chosen as his replacement?
I think it's fair to say that the success that City have had probably doesn't happen without Cheeky. He is cited, and I think Guardiola's gone on record as saying this as well, as the main reason that Guardiola joined Manchester City. I think he said if Cheeky picked up the phone and he was calling from Chelsea, he probably would have gone to Chelsea. So he followed basically one of his best friends in football who sold him on the project. So Manchester City's past 10 years under Guardiola, best part of 10 years anyway, they just don't happen. He's the reason that we had the greatest manager, in my humble opinion, of all time, because he has that close relationship, of course, as a former Barca player. They obviously worked together at Barcelona, and I think Soriano, of course, is involved with that as well, the City's CEO, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, a phenomenal sporting director. Like his time at Manchester City has essentially been littered with success, a whole bunch of wonderful signings. Some misses towards the end of his tenure, arguably. Maybe in midfield, the likes of Nunes and Calvin Phillips haven't quite hit. But when you go back to early on, the likes of Fernandinho, an inspired signing, of course, Kevin De Bruyne turned out to be one of the greatest, which 50 million spent now seems like a bargain in hindsight. Ruben Diaz, he's only ever tasted Premier League success since he joined Manchester City. He's just won a league every single time. Rodri became the best in the world. And of course, a lot of these, it takes a team to sign players, not just one person. But Txiki Begiristain is right at the heart of all this. So he's had a phenomenal time building this squad and giving Guardiola the tools he needs to go and do what Guardiola does best, managing, coaching, and outthinking his rivals. So yeah, I think he's been a phenomenal sporting director. Like it's impossible to be perfect, and he could sit there and pull apart the odd mistake. But City have got better, at certain aspects, while sort of improving the whole City football group, so to speak. Like it's all about his signings, but then we can only look about what he's the turnaround in the market too, in terms of financially. The way that we're selling players now for a substantial amount of money. It sounds weird to sit here and celebrate a player going, but I'm not. I'm celebrating the business of it. Julian Alvarez for 14 million, then for 80 odd million to Atletico Madrid 2 years later. It's really good business. It really is. And I know City probably could do with a striker still, but little things like that keep happening where City make big profit on young players, and that counts in 2024. I shouldn't care about that, but that absolutely matters given the state of football these days with finance talk. So overall, he's done a really good job with the net spend and also winning trophies. But I understand why he might feel it's time to move on.